If you're looking for a super delicious and easy vegan meal plan that takes just a single hour to prep, then I made this one for you. It's packed with protein, loaded with nutrients that your body needs to thrive, and full of so many amazing flavors. This base meal plan contains 1,800 calories with 100 grams of plant protein, and later in the video, I'll show you how to lower or increase the number of calories depending on your needs. You can download this meal plan for free by clicking the link in the description. So let's dive in and make this 1 hour meal prep. So when it comes to making meal preps, I want to get in and out as quickly as possible, which means that I want to start with the ingredients that take the longest to cook first, and then we're going to be doing our meals slightly out of order based on cook times. That means we'll marinate our tofu, bake our sweet potatoes, and cook our quinoa for lunch, and then put our rice in the rice cooker for dinner. And if you'd like to discover exactly how much plant protein and key nutrients that your body needs to thrive, then you can check out our free vegan nutrition calculator by clicking the link in the description. For the rice, I'm using 3/4 cup of brown rice and then 2 cups of water. For our quinoa, we need 3/4 cup dry, which we're going to rinse and then add to a pot with 1.5 cups of water. Now we're going to put this on the stove, bring it to a boil, then we're going to reduce heat and cover with a lid until the quinoa is fluffy. Next, we need 2 sweet potatoes, which we have washed, and now we're going to prick them with a fork. Dun, da, da, da.
Hello.
Hello. This is my mom. So she's gonna be making regular appearances on this channel. Isn't that right?
Especially if they're sweet potatoes. I'll be here.
All right, so I have pricked your potatoes. Now what are we doing?
We also preheated the oven. So at 375, you want to bake the sweet potatoes. Depending on the size of the potato, it could go from 25 minutes to probably 45 minutes. So just check it at about 25 to 30 minutes to be sure they're tender. But you don't want these mushy because we are going to be dicing the sweet potato afterwards, so you don't want it to just fall apart.
All right, let's pop these in the oven. It's tofu time. I've got some pressed extra firm tofu here. So we got plenty of tofu in this recipe. If you would like to press your tofu, you're welcome to do that. You're also welcome to use a non-soy type of tofu like fava bean tofu. Now we're going to marinate our tofu in some teriyaki. I'm using this Primal Kitchen teriyaki that has no artificial sweeteners. It also is lower in calories. You can use whatever teriyaki you want, but this is what we use in this meal plan. So that's it for our tofu. Now I'm going to put this off to the side, and then we're going to jump into making dinner because it takes the longest to cook. For dinner, we're going to be making an easy one-pot massaman curry, which is super delicious, and we're going to be making it in 2 variations. The first is going to be in a crock pot, and then we're also going to be making it on the stove. The crock pot is going to be much faster from a preparation standpoint, but the one on the stove is going to be using fresh ingredients. And after we make them, my mom and I are going to taste test them and let you know what we think. So let's get started with the crock pot version. Now it's time to make the fresh version of the one-pot easy massaman curry. And up first, we've got to chop some shallots. So as you can see, there's a huge size difference between these. So I'm gonna start with one of these larger ones and probably add a small one as well. So it's gonna be maybe 1, 2, or 3 shallots, depending on the size. So now we're gonna add this to our pot along with some cumin, coriander, and red curry paste. While that sautés, we're gonna chop up our veggies. So I'm gonna start with some potatoes, then we've got carrots and cauliflower. Next, we're gonna stir the veggies to coat them in the seasoning. Next, we're gonna drain 1 can of chickpeas. We're gonna be using this aquafaba, the chickpea juice, later for our breakfast. Chickpea juice. So we got our aquafaba, we're gonna put that off to the side, then add our chickpeas to the pot. Next, we're gonna add 1 can of light coconut milk, 4 tablespoons of peanut butter powder, and then 2 tablespoons of liquid aminos. Next, we're gonna add 1 cup of frozen green peas, followed by half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of cardamom, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then our last ingredients are 1 cup of TVP, the juice from 1 full lime, and then 1.5 cups of veggie broth. And then lastly, my mom is obsessed with stevia and she thinks that it's a nice addition. So we're going to be adding 1 packet of stevia, which is a natural sweetener, to just add a little bit of sweetness to our curry. So stevia is totally optional. You're also welcome to add a little bit of sweetness with some monk fruit sweetener or some maple syrup or anything else that you want to use. Now we're going to stir our curry, bring it to a low boil, and let it simmer until the vegetables are tender. So that's the final product. Now we're going to taste test the crock pot version versus the one on the stove. I can tell a little bit of a difference between the veggies, especially the carrots. These do taste like they were frozen, but not in a really apparent bad way. I'm surprised how close both of these are. I was thinking this would be far and away the winner, but the crock pot version is actually right up there with it. So again, the thing that actually matters is that you're eating this food. And if you are not eating it because it takes too long to prep, well, then crockpot is definitely the way to go. Now let's dive into making lunch, which is a kale power salad with teriyaki tofu. And for this meal, we're going to be using some beautiful pears. Now, pear is not really my favorite fruit, but it is one of my mom's favorite fruits. So tell us about the pears and your vinegar adventure.
Yes. So I love pears, and it just adds beauty and crunch and is a wonderful snack if you want it separate, or you can dice it up and put it on our wonderful salad, our kale powerhouse salad. So I went and did a little research with vinegars. You can use any balsamic vinegar if you want, but I found one at a very fancy vinegar and oil store. It's cinnamon and pear. So the cinnamon really helps with the sweet potatoes that we put on top, and it has the pear flavor as well. So it really enhances that. So that's why I'm sticking with pears, but if you prefer an apple, of course, you can have that as a snack.
So our first step is to air fry our tofu. I'm going to be air frying all of our tofu to put in meal prep containers, but if you want it as fresh and crisp as possible every day, then just keep it in this container until you're ready to eat it and then air fry your daily portion. Next, we're going to shred 8 cups of kale, and I want to first de-rib it by taking out the center stem. Next, we're going to chop 1 medium onion into chunks, and we're going to finely dice 3 cloves of garlic, or honestly, probably a little bit more because I really like garlic. So even though it takes a little bit more effort, I really love using fresh garlic, but you don't have to. If you want to save some time, you can use some minced garlic, and that's actually the topic of my mom's first ever tips and tricks section, so let's dive into that. Introducing our brand new segment, Janine's Tips and Tricks.
So what I wanted to share with your viewers is we spend a lot of time prepping and making amazing food from fresh, but you might not have the time or interest to do that. So I wanted to be sure you knew it is okay to use prepared foods, such as instead of peeling a whole potato, buy small potatoes that have a thin skin. You can just wash, chop in half, and throw in your food, or even buy frozen potatoes, frozen hash browns of some kind, so you can just throw that in your soups and stews or stir fries. That works great. Same with garlic, shallots, and onions. Sometimes they peel in 2 seconds. Sometimes it seems to take 10 minutes. So feel free to buy prepared minced garlic. This is in oil or water, or buy them pre-peeled and you can chop them and mince them however you want. Also, vegetables like carrots and cauliflower, if you don't want to do all the washing and peeling and prepping, you can buy them pre-cut and ready to go at your grocery store. Or even faster, they come frozen and you can use those in your recipes as well. So I just wanted to be sure, you know, there are lots of options. You don't have to start at the very beginning, and it's a shortcut. So hopefully that helps.
So generally, I prefer the fresh ingredients because they just taste a little more fresh, obviously. But the frozen varieties are typically just as nutritious, in some cases, even more nutritious. So yeah, definitely don't shy away from using frozen foods that are already chopped. That can also, as my mom said, make things go a lot faster. So that's it for Janine's tips and tricks. Now we're going to add the onion and garlic to a pan over medium heat, and then we're going to peel and dice up our sweet potatoes. Once your onion and garlic are slightly golden, we're going to add the kale to the pan and cover it to wilt for about 5 minutes. Next, we'll stir in some edamame and let it cook for a few minutes. Then we'll transfer it to a large mixing bowl and add our quinoa, and then toss in our cinnamon and pear balsamic vinegar. Thanks, Mom. And then finally, we're gonna fold in our sweet potatoes. So that's a wrap for lunch. This looks absolutely delicious. I can't wait to have some more. Now let's go ahead and plate it. Now you can go ahead and swap this with dinner if you prefer, but this one has a little bit more fiber and calories, so I generally like to eat that earlier in the day and have a little bit of a lighter dinner. All right, now we'll try some tofu, which is always a win. I mean, you can't go wrong with teriyaki tofu. So every day this meal prep comes with a pear or any piece of fruit that you want. But as my mom would say, this pairs really nicely with our balsamic vinegar that contains pear. Now, honestly, I'm not personally a huge fan of pears. I don't really like the texture. I love the flavor, but not really the texture. So you can swap this out with whatever other piece of fruit that you want. That's a wrap for lunch. Now let's dive into breakfast. The final meal that we're going to be prepping is our breakfast, which is some banana, blueberry, walnut oatmeal that has a ton of protein power coming from TVP, which may sound like a little bit of a weird ingredient to be adding to oatmeal, but it has a very mild taste and it packs a ton of protein. So let's dive in and make some breakfast. So this is another one pot recipe, and our first step is to mash 4 ripe bananas into our pot. And these look perfectly ripe. I love my bananas to be speckled brown. I had a roommate in college who would only eat green bananas. Yuck. Then we're gonna add 2 cups of water and 2 cups of soy milk. Then we're gonna add a cup of oats and a cup of TVP. Next, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, my personal favorite ingredients, and then half a teaspoon of vanilla, and then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now we're gonna stir it all together, bring it to a boil on the stove, and then turn down the heat and let it simmer. Now it's walnut time. We're gonna make some walnuts, and I have really grown to love cracking walnuts out of their shell and then eating those. So it is a good bit of extra work, but if you get some good shelled walnuts, they actually taste way better than the pre-halved ones that you get at the store. So what do we do with the walnuts? Are these adequate?
If you want to eat them that way, but what's recommended is to grind the walnuts smaller so that you can sprinkle them on top of your oatmeal, or you can mix it in. So this is the way I do it to grind the walnuts. So you take a few walnuts, you put it in this walnut chopper.
3,000?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
And then you just dump them in. How do you chop your walnuts?
So we let our oatmeal sit to thicken, and now we're going to froth our aquafaba, which sounds very elegant. Come show us your special gadget.
So this is a milk frother. We're using it to froth the aquafaba. It's a very handy gadget to have around. I got it recently for a present, and I use it every day now for protein drinks or frothing things like this. So here we go.
Ooh. That's pretty cool. And then we're going to fold it into our oatmeal. Our oatmeal has thickened. Now I'm going to have a taste test. It's kind of hard to describe the taste. It feels really fluffy. And that is in no small part due to the fluffed aquafaba that we have in there. Once we portion out a quart of the oatmeal, we're going to add a half cup of blueberries and 2 tablespoons of the crushed walnuts. So that's how you make all the meals. Now let's dive into a nutrition breakdown. All right, we're going to be breaking down the nutrition for this meal prep using our 3 layers of nutritional defense, which is our simple evidence-based checklist designed to help vegans prevent nutrition deficiencies and support their long-term health and longevity. We're going to start by taking a look at layer 1, which are the whole plant foods that we should strive to eat every day. And up first, we've got 2 servings of dark leafy greens, which we got from the 2 cups of kale in our kale power salad. We also need 1 serving of cruciferous veggies, and we got that from a half cup of cauliflower per day in our curry. Now let's take a look at whole grains. We need 3 servings per day, and we actually start our day with a half cup of cooked oatmeal, so that's 1. And then we also had a little over a half cup of cooked quinoa in our kale power salad, which is 2 servings. And then we finished the day with a half cup of cooked brown rice with the massaman curry. Our next category is legumes, and this meal plan is absolutely packed with them. So to start, we got 1 serving of legumes in our half block of tofu for lunch, alongside another serving of legumes in our half cup of edamame that we put into the kale power salad. For dinner, we had roughly a quarter cup each of peas and chickpeas to count for another serving of legumes. And lastly, if you want some legume extra credit points, then you can include the TVP from our oatmeal and curry as another source of legumes, since TVP is the fatted soy flour. And keep in mind that you can always swap in some soy-free tofu options such as fava bean tofu, chickpea tofu, pumpkin seed tofu, or even lentil tofu. Up next, we need 1 serving of nuts and seeds, and we included 2 tablespoons of walnuts in our banana blueberry walnut oatmeal, which was so delicious. And then when it comes to berries, we need 1 serving daily, and we got that from our half cup of blueberries in our banana blueberry walnut oatmeal. But keep in mind that you're welcome to always use your favorite berries instead. So for our 2+ servings of other veggies, we had half of a sweet potato, a quarter of an onion, and a clove of fresh garlic in our kale power salad, which actually should earn us some extra bonus points considering that garlic is one of the healthiest foods ever, and we awarded it a spot on our top 10 list of longevity foods. You should totally check out that video and learn how many of those longevity foods that you are incorporating into your diet. That one is also linked in the description. And we also had a quarter cup of carrots, shallots, and baby potatoes in the curry to far exceed our recommended 2+ daily servings. And then for our 2 servings of other fruits, we included a banana in our oatmeal and a pear in our lunch. All right, now it's time to move on to layer 2, food as supplements. And we're going to start with our iron and zinc absorption enhancers. Now we got a ton of vitamin C in this meal plan from our cruciferous veggies. Our kale and cauliflower actually made up more than 70% of our vitamin C for the day with just those 2 ingredients. And other trace sources came from our bananas, blueberries, sweet potato, and pear. Now, vitamin C is super important because it helps us to boost our iron absorption. We also have onions and garlic in our kale power salad to help us improve our zinc absorption. Now, for our fermented foods, we included 2 tablespoons of kimchi in our lunch, and for our serving of omega-3 rich food, we included walnuts in our morning oats. And we also include a Brazil nut for breakfast to help round out our selenium needs. For commonly fortified plant-based foods, the calcium set tofu that we use for our teriyaki tofu helped us to hit our calcium intake. And finally, we add a small piece of kombu, which is a sneaky way to hit your daily iodine needs while keeping your sodium levels in check. So by emphasizing the 3 layers of nutritional defense, we have a super healthy meal plan that meets the daily recommended intakes of nearly all vitamins and minerals without any supplements needed. And one of the coolest aspects of this meal plan is it comes under 1,800 milligrams of sodium, which is really great for your cardiovascular health. In my opinion, the best way to lower sodium in your diet is to simply find a quality salt alternative that you really enjoy using. For example, I like using Benson's Table Tasty. If you need more than 100 grams of protein per day, chances are you need more than 1,800 calories as well, which means that you can easily boost the portions of our tofu, edamame, TVP, or quinoa to also pack some extra protein. But if you don't have the calories to spare and need a little protein boost, then it's totally fine to add a plant-based protein shake as a low-calorie addition to this meal plan. Lastly, this meal plan also includes 47 grams of fiber, which is a really good sweet spot for most people to keep things moving nicely, if you know what I mean. So overall, this meal plan is loaded with plant protein and a wide variety of nutrients to help you look and feel your best without spending all afternoon in the kitchen. Again, you can download this entire meal plan with all the recipes plus a full grocery list by clicking the link in the description. And if you'd like to reduce the calories in this meal plan, then you can remove the rice from dinner to get it down to 1,650. You can also take out the pear from lunch to get it down to 1,550. And if you'd like to take this meal plan below 1,500 calories, then just use half a banana in your oatmeal. And one last thing, if you'd like to take out all of the guesswork from your nutrition, training, and all of your other health habits, then for a limited time, you can get a free month of one-on-one coaching in our top-rated program, the Vegan Superhero Academy. You can check out all the details by clicking the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss our future nutrition content. I really hope that you enjoy this meal plan, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.